Hello guys, Zanitor here, and welcome back to Cities and Coffee yet again. I've got some exciting music that I need to turn down in my headphones. There we go. So, I've just recorded a little bit ago. That's the same clothing, and near the same lighting. It's actually toned down a little bit in brightness. Not so angelic this time. But I forgot what I said I was going to do. Even though it was just a little bit ago. I think it was mostly expanding downtown Eden. And that's still, I think, up for the grabs. But what I did while I was gone was I ate a pizza, but also I installed a couple more little things. Like there's this little turbo roundabout, which is really good. I got this interchange, which I used to use for everything as well. So this is when stuff really starts to become a problem. And I think that might be it on the... I might have got the simple highway exit, just for like other things later on. And then the stack interchange, which is also very good. This Timbo always has really good stuff and been very good to help me with my traffic. So I imagine we'll have to expand to doing that at some point soon. So yeah, we'll like I said, work on expanding this a bit. We will hopefully, like I said, I need to sort out what's the issue here. I guess it's just dead people waiting for transport. I'm hoping that this will just sort of sort itself out. I believe that is a hearse, maybe? Yeah, hearse. So they should be doing their thing. I mean, cemetery usage and everything for this area is fine. I think it's just taking a little bit. Over here, we do have a little bit of a discrepancy, I guess. This could use something. Maybe if I just have like that there, that'll be something to get them kind of under control. And over here we do have some issues, which I think this might be due to, yeah, that one's full. So if we do something like that, and maybe we'll have another one here. Just going to place these as needed, not necessarily placing them with any specific purpose other than just trying to fix the problems we're having. I mean, this area seems to be okay, so I think we're fine there. And one thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and start emptying this, and then, you know, kind of fix their problem hopefully a little bit. Okay, progress. I feel like I haven't truly progressed very much yet. You know, a lot of it's just been traffic, a lot of it's been... you know, trying to build like little areas, and then I get distracted with something else. I mean, this area is built up very well in like a very short time, but not as much as, you know, it could have been, especially since, you know, I'm recording for an hour or so. I think a lot more could, in theory, really be done in that time. That's technically 90 degrees, but that looks weird to me. But it looks right here, so... go ahead, we'll do that. Start building out a little bit more. There we are. And then I think we'll continue with this as well. And that'll be good. And we're going to go ahead and, again, since we like this little road bit here, we'll continue with that. I hope you guys have been well yet again. I hope you guys have been enjoying the series, because like I said before, episode 3 hasn't even gone up. I've still not put it up, just due to been recording them and stuff more than actually uploading them at this point, just to make sure that I have like a decent amount of the series done, which has obviously been going quite well. Definitely in comparison to how usually these would go for me. So I'm pretty chuffed with that, and I've been having a lot of fun. It's nice, you know, playing something at my own pace, and just kind of mass recording and not worrying about editing it so much so quickly, so I get a little bit more time to enjoy myself. So that's a lot of what I've been doing, and yeah, it's been really fun. So we could go ahead and probably do this as well in here. Maybe a little something like that. And then here we could do the same. I realize some of these are different sizings and stuff like that, but I won't fret too much about it. That should be good. And then maybe just something here as well. There we go. That'll do. Doesn't have to be completely symmetrical, as long as it's zonable in a good way. So let's go ahead and before we do that, lay the top work, which is pretty easy going. There's a few bits where it doesn't want to connect so easy, but that's okay. There we go. And we have still quite the demand for offices, which we could put in here, and I guess here. And quite the demand for the old commercial, which can go all around here, which is a good spot because of the metro station. And there'll be a bit of noise with that as well. And then we'll go ahead and put in some housing, more heavy residential. And in here we could do, we'd probably do with some of this. I don't think that'll hurt. And in here we'll do like we did before with the that, and then around the schools can be residential as well. And I think that should be pretty good. And we'll just see how this builds in, see if we need to do anything, and then we'll keep continuing. We'll actually build some parks in here, because as you can see they have the necessity. I do have obviously the football fields and stuff, which is nice to have. I do have the parking garages, which I still think are good additions. But it kind of fits in really well here, actually, if I do it. It doesn't want to fit just right, though. It either goes a huge jump, or a little bit that way, I guess, because maybe there's some unevenness. But that's okay. We'll see if I can find a nice place for it. Maybe right here would be good. Make some people happy. And then we can... This little soccer pitch could be fun. There we go. So all the football fans can play. We'll get one that's red as well, and we'll pop it in here, because that'll be good. Let's see what we got in the way of unique buildings as well, because we could put something in this area that could be pretty good as well. I mean, that could be pretty fun. As could that, but it'd probably be a bit better set this way now. Maybe something with a bit less noise and a bit more reach, if that is a thing, which I don't think that really exists. Is there anything? Oh, is this? Oh, wow, that's quite large, isn't it? Which, I mean, that does come in handy, I think. Requirement for the space elevator. But yeah, I guess we could go and put that in, because it will be a necessity. How big is this? Okay, that's pretty good. But slope too steep. Which presents a problem. Right there would work. And then we could have this one. We could have it right here, because it doesn't take up so much room that it's a problem. We still need more of this, which this will be great, again, when we can build our own parks and not have to worry about sort of fussing with the pre-mades. I really look forward to that, if you can't tell. I'm really excited for it. Maybe like one there, because basketball courts are always a good bet. Is there a way to just take out, like, I'll do that. And, there we go. That should help a little bit, at least getting us started here. Okay, traffic seems to still be good. Luckily having this little overpass and this sort of like situation seems to be good. This is still not terrible. There'll eventually be other ways out, so it's not going to be a problem as much, I don't think. So that's great. One thing I was just considering is, I kind of like the fluidity. Off of a point, maybe like here, or even, well, I guess, yeah, there, just have it as a way that kind of goes straight over to here or onto here, so they take this bit instead. It's a bit more direct of a line. I'm not really sure if it's a necessity. We'll wait and see, yet again. Again, we'll try not to fuss on the roads too much. But this seems to be going well. More people are coming in this way, which is really good. And it doesn't seem to be crowding up or anything too much right now. We probably won't build much in the way of this, so we don't get this too crowded. Maybe to here, and that would be about it. I like to have a little bit of a long entrance on some of it. So yeah, wow, it's quite a hilly place. I didn't quite realize this is like a bit of a San Francisco like hill. Oopsie. I mean, it's not a problem. It's just I didn't quite realize, because obviously staying up here, you don't really notice when you're doing things like that. So we could do that. There we go. And maybe, like I said, it could come down to here. And I do realize these are different sizes, but I'm not really too fussed about it, because I think in the grand scheme of things, it's all going to look nice. And like, I wouldn't even mind to have something like this, you know, at some point, and it's got like little bits of triangle fun stuff in it. Because, you know, it's sort of like, well, I guess there is the sort of the triangle or whatever it's called in Times Square. It's a bit of a triangle at some point in that, in New York, so sort of the same deal. Right. So, what is this here? Police headquarters, okay. So maybe... Kinda curious about that now. Something just kind of like that. And then maybe... I don't really want it to meet up like that. I think it could still come out like this. And then... maybe like that a little bit. And then...
It sort of reminds me of the time I was out by the lake enjoying the sun and the trees, and I was in such a good mood that I pulled out my phone and listened to the
this
very
obviously
track
won't
we
reach,
just heard.
but that's fine. Don't really need to have it like that. But yeah, so it's still staying very grid-like, but without but with a little bit more pizzazz for now. But pizzazz, I mean, there's not much to it, but it's something. And then we can go ahead and let's come to this, wherever it is. Where's our... I lose this every time. Is that it? Nope. Oh, that is it. It just didn't look right because I had that thing. It looked like the four-way that I usually use. So this can have a way on through... I guess maybe something like... It's kind of weird, actually. Otherwise, I think I can mess it up a lot. Could have something like this, though. Why not? Just trying to make it a bit funky in places as well. Functional and funky. It's a pretty good way to, I guess, explain what I've been trying to do with the city. And then we could go ahead and bring this out. Maybe like this-ish. I don't know. I think it would be better off here if we were doing that. Go. You could have another one off to there. And then obviously this bicycle path we can't have disconnected like that, because we want this to be very, very easy to bike, even though obviously they can cross there. But I would prefer it to be nice and neat all the way through. So I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to page up. Give me a second to find it. Wow, that's steep, isn't it? It's fine, because I'll just bring it back. And then I'll go even lower than that. That is a very, very steep bike path. Like, it's a great leg workout, I guess, but oh boy. Let's see if we can't tone that back a lot. I mean, they're still a lot of people are still using the underpass, which, you know, is allowed. We encourage the bicycling and everything there. There we go. So that kind of brings that back together. And then for this one, maybe I would say we'd do the same, but it'd be kind of weird now, wouldn't it? Well, maybe we'll have this. One's an overpass. We've not done... Actually, I'm a little bit afraid to do an underpass, because it might eventually mess with the other thing, but we can see. Right now it seems to be okay. There we go. Is that real steep? Probably. But they're taking it, and that's the important thing. Someone took it at least. Yeah, there we go. It's still being used, so that's the plus of this. And we could slowly... We can turn this off. Oh, I'd rather turn all off. There we go. And then, obviously, since this is going to be another nice biking community, this will work really well. Don't know how close I can build this, I guess like that. There we go. So that helps connect that bit up. And then we could even do something like that to connect that. Kind of make just easy ways to get through. And we obviously want them to be able to walk too. So I don't know if, I think these are bicycles only. Yeah. We definitely want it to be good for all pedestrians. So, which, I mean, they obviously have the sidewalks, but it's still nice to have little cut-throughs when available. And we do have back lanes, so we don't worry about it too much. Or roads with back lanes. So there we go. And we do have a bit of a, looks like a death problem here. Yeah, we're not incredibly covered this way, so we could add this. Would this cover just as well? It looks like it does. So how much does this? 105, 3,000. So yeah, that might be a little bit better off actually. We put them here. And that will kind of take care of that area. This we could use as well. For policing, we are pretty okay, but I'd like to get another one down here. Just to get some coverage. Fire, yeah. It's not great, but it's not terrible. I could actually move this and put it down here as well. Be a little bit better off. And that covers a lot more. And yeah, police is fine. Medical is okay. We'll actually just... Oh no, if we're going for it, we might as well go big. And then, education, we will need out this way as well. Both that and that. And, of course, gotta fix this. There we go. Can't forget that, otherwise that'll become a problem for sure. Same here as well. I want to go ahead and make sure we're all connected all the way through. And that covers everything. So there we are, and we can start making this a little area as well, which I think this would be nice for residential since it's got the biking paths and all that near it. And it's quite close to the metro, which will be good. The outside, because we don't want the highway noise so much, can be good for commercial. And this can all be offices on this outer rim. And then we could go with a little bit more commercial and residential on the insides here. And for this, we'll just keep residential because you can never really have too much. It doesn't hurt. There we go. Much more reasonable size cup this time as well. But, you know, still good. Let's see. We're still good on the electricity availability. Obviously, it just needs to connect over here, which I'll help the situation by putting a ballpark there, which I know won't completely connect it, but it's getting a little bit closer. I do have the things for tourism to kind of start that, and that is something that I do intend to do. I just don't know where. Because it sort of needs, I sort of like it to have its own area, and I did consider here, and it may not be the worst, but also there's a lot of room here, but also tourism, you know, I think it would be better on water, because there is a lot of water things, so that could be good. I also just realized there's a train line here, and that would be great for cargo and cargo trains, so I think we might be able to do up the industrial area and make it look really nice that way. So that's fun. I think for the industrial area, I might go for the 9-lane road as well. I just think that it's considerably better when it comes to high quantities of traffic. Yeah, this seems to be going well. Everything's looking pretty fun as well, which is nice to see. Like, it's busy, which is really cool. I'm happy to see that it's, like, you know, kind of thriving in a way. Our population's getting pretty good. We do need more industrial stuff, so I mean, it's not amiss if we did it. Tiny house village. You know, as nice as it is and everything, I feel like it's not very efficient, you know? Like, it's nice, it's cute, but I feel like I could do a lower residential thing and do it a lot better. I don't know how. I mean, everyone seems pretty happy here, though, saying that. So I'm trying to think if it would be better to... I guess I could always keep the tiny house village, but redo this bit, you know, the way into it. Because I think this bit needs a complete, like, overhaul. It's definitely the oldest place we have, but it's kind of showing at this point because there's not really much to it. So I think it might be time to do some renovations and see what we can do. And then build out maybe this way a little bit, although I still don't think it's... Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy. Well, I know one thing. It's time to do. It's time to change. Change this big time. There we go. Let's hope that that's enough room. It's a pretty big interchange, so... Nope. I knew it took a lot of room.
You're listening to the classics, the city's home for the hits from the 80s, 90s, and onward. 17.
So there we go. So as you can see, this thing is a huge mess of roads. I don't even, like, I probably could eventually deduce how it works, but I've never taken the time to do so just because I know it works and that's enough for me. But I was excited to find this. It was still in my assets, it just wasn't enabled. So I was happy to find it in there, and pretty much as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need this. And well, I need it pretty much instantaneously. Alright. And we can go ahead and just tidy these a little bit. There we go. And this is gonna wobble just a wee bit. There we go. So that should be better, hopefully. I don't know how. I think traffic should take to it pretty quickly and go pretty smooth throughout it. Like, obviously this is a bit backed up, and I guess this bit isn't helping. So I don't know why everyone's going left there, I'll be completely honest. Is it because, like, there's like a certain thing? I really don't know. But it seems like they're kind of stopping it now. Well, to a degree. Where are they all going? That's my question. I guess they're all going here, aren't they? I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I've made it bigger, so it's going to take longer for everything to get... Or it's going to make more traffic happen. But if they're just trying to get down this way, you know, I could build another... Is that weird? Well, I think that works. And then this can turn into a... So I'm trying to think of just like a turbo way to get down here. Which I'll just loop this up to the normal highway over here. Do something like that for the meantime. And then this, you know, we'll start doing some more. Like do some of this sort of thing. Kind of a simple one for the meantime. But too steep. Huh. Well, I can work there. It's a look, that's for sure. Maybe that would be even better, actually. A little bit more time to slow down after it, I guess you can pretend. Let's see, how's this doing now? Woo, okay. Yeah, it's everyone trying to figure out what they're doing in that lane. Which, yeah, I think it's them trying to prepare for this thing for some reason. Not entirely sure why. And then it's backing up here, obviously. And yeah, all of these people are just trying to get downtown. Everyone's freaking out about using just one lane for some reason. Do all those have that? Oh, I never realized that. Yeah, everyone's very content with one lane. No one's using this yet because obviously there's not much. Well, someone used it. You can't turn there, can you? Oh yeah, you can. That's fun. I just realized I made a... Don't even know why I did that. I forgot it was just a one-way system. I kind of thought it was a multiple way for some reason. There we go. So that's fine. For now. So some more people are using that, which is a positive. Like, that's good. Try to think of some other ways to fix this. So if I can just see like where someone's going. So where are you going? You're going to the outlet shop. So you're trying to get there. So I don't know which way you'll end up taking. It just depends whether it's the shortest in his little AI brain, I guess. It makes me a few more people don't take this as well because it's pretty much the same route, but I guess most of them are going this way now. And they're also trying to... They're slowing down a considerable bit here, because they're all wanting to get in that left lane. Would this be better off as a 2-lane? Would that like kind of solve it so they just kind of figure themselves out? Then maybe go ahead and just do this, like kind of force them to stay in the right lane. There we go. And then yeah, they're still trying to do that, which is very odd. I guess they're just really prepared for needing to go that way for some odd reason. There's nothing stopping me just making that a 2-lane all the way through, right? And see if they're like... That's a bit much. So you can mess with them more and make it work in my favor. So you can go that way and that way. Or you can just go that way. How about that? I mean, it might just be the point where this, you know, doesn't move enough traffic anymore. Which, if so, I'll just, you know, make another one of these just farther down the line. Which we may consider doing. See, this is getting into the thing of where I was like, I usually just have to end up messing with traffic most of the episode. But I guess that's just what happens when you're in a bigger city part. I mean, I'll still keep this because I think it'll come in handy at some point, and then yeah, we can connect up here and all that good stuff. All right, let's delete this. Oh. The noise. Yeah, there we go. And I intend to delete this, but maybe I'll just keep it as is for now. But it is going to, you know, I'll delete it for now just to see if there's anything else that I can use there. Because this might just fix the problem that I have these two, you know, interchanges so quickly. We'll see. So, let's go to this bad boy. Is that the right one? No. It's this one. Ooh. It's very hard to put the big ones like this down. So that should be pretty good. I'll obviously have to maneuver some of this. And, yeah, we had road anarchy on, so... realized, because obviously that place there, which the road anarchy can really help with placing it, especially in you know, these situations where there we go, where it usually wouldn't want to go because it could have been too steep there for it originally. And we'll just straighten that a little bit. And continue with this. So obviously, yeah, this is going to need a different way to go off and on. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Just get this back slightly. Okay. Now for this, an easy way to get in and off of here. So there's 4 lanes on each side. trying to think of like a nice way to make this work. Because what I'm thinking is like sort of a branching system. Like obviously this won't work. It's too much traffic for even a turbo roundabout. Like a branching system where there's one right lane that goes off and goes directly into it. There's, well, maybe a 2 lane, so that would be the 2 right ones. And then there could be 2 coming from the left, but I think there's just not enough room at that point. But the ones coming from the left could go on to this. Maybe if I just start building, something will come to me, and if it looks wrong, I'll delete it and just start, you know, I'll use one of the pre-made things I have. So like that. And we'll just worry about like exiting the city for now. Then the only problem is obviously, yeah, trying to get the influx of traffic there too. Do I have... No, so it doesn't have a 1-way, of course. What's an 8-lane road? I thought it was a 4, or a 9-lane rather. I guess that makes sense because there's a 4 on each side. I could actually just do that, but then it kind of takes away from the other. Unless I do something like this, and then this can go up, over, and on around to here. Which I'll try to do it here because I think I'll continue this one on through. I don't really see why it wouldn't work there. To me, that's just fine. I think sometimes the roads are just fidgety. And then, obviously, they'll need a way from this side to get up here, which could be... So they'll be coming this way. In fact, I mean, that could still be their way in. I can just put a way in here off of this. Excuse me. So let's do something like this, maybe. And this is a 1-way, so we could do... Really, I can't really go straight into water. As much as I may want to. Kind of curious what that would do. I know it's funky looking, but kind of more for functionality at this point. So we have the people that can go straight through. They can also go on this off-ramp and then get in here and be on the main road. And they can keep going to the downtown. And then we also have it so the people can leave and go either way. So that's good. Which I could almost just let them leave instantly, but that's just as quick. Let's just, I guess, unpause and see what happens, and see if they can figure out what they need to do. Because I don't even know if I can figure out what they need to do. Alright, so that's being used. They're all getting off of there. We don't have power. We need to fix that, that's for sure. There we go, that should resolve that issue. So this is at a standstill, but I think it's because it's clearing all out from before, and it's probably going to take a little bit of time now. This is definitely crowding up, and I think it's because of this merging lane. Everyone's trying to get over to go straight, but I think it's just because they want to be in this left lane, like this far down the line. It's the reason that they're so worried about being in it. And I don't really know how to fix that, to be honest. Unless there's something like deeply within here I can figure out. I don't know. Is there a way to just make them have to stay in one lane? Clear traffic, that'd be a good one. That would really help me. I don't know. I guess it's still some of the old traffic, maybe. So we'll see if it sorts out. This is not sorting out. It's just a lot of confused people. All this in bit's going great. It's just the bit going towards the downtown is very not great. And this is definitely a mess, whatever I've done. Interesting. There's not as many people using this, I guess, as well, because it doesn't have a direct route in anymore. So maybe if I made that a different cause. Let me see if I can do this. This is going to look kind of funky, but I'll just do a one thing. I'm not sure if sometimes I feel like the 2 lanes that I'm using might actually be more of a cause for harm than an actual cause for good. Let's see if that does anything. Maybe more people will take this exit instead of going through this. And we could even... And there's one here. We could technically just... This may not go well. That hurt? I don't know. Alright, I'll go ahead and sort this out. It's steep, but it's not too bad. I guess let's see if anyone manages to use that as an alternate route, and hopefully it doesn't back up too much. If it does, you know, I'll take it away. But it's just another way in, so hopefully something else will decrowd a bit. No one's using this. All of them are just going this way for the majority. I know I said no roundabouts, but I'm really tempted to put like that turbo one here and just see if it does anything. But then if they just get caught here, so that's not really going to help much, is it? Very interesting. Because it's all the way back there. And it's so weird because, yeah, they're in this, and they're so determined to get over at this point instead of, like, well before. And they're not using both lanes either. Like, do I need to, like, help them a little bit more? Do I need to tell them that it is okay? They're like extra determined not to go that way just because it had it. What if I make it just like that? A little bit better, but not by much. So what are they doing that for? Okay, where are you going? I can't click on you. Oh. Oh, it's because it was in this. Okay, where are you going? To the home goods or home stuff store. So you're going all the way there. yet. I forgot you could follow them. And I think it was just to get in that left lane preemptively to get into this. Okay, that's obviously not right. It was way too small anyway, so I was just hoping for an off branch that might somehow help. But that was stupid. Maybe I just need another... Maybe another, like, midway entrance? Maybe so less people use that? Don't know. I mean, this has cleared up a lot, actually, saying that. It's just all the people going straight, surprisingly. It's this traffic meeting as well. Is there a way I can... One thing I'm thinking is if I could just make this left lane an only merging lane, but I don't really think that works. I was curious if maybe they just avoid it if I turn the lane arrow off. But I don't think so. I think I have to actually edit the node for it. Obviously that can go straight. That can go straight. What happens if I just make that, like... I guess I can't really avoid it if I wanted to, really. We'll get there in the end. We shall get it sorted. Eventually. If everyone would just stay in the right lane here, it would be perfect. But obviously that's not happening. I wonder. Okay, I'm just going to try something. I don't know what it's going to look like until I actually just do it, so I think it's better if I just kind of do it and then explain what I'm doing and hope that it works. Okay, so then they're only allowed to stay here and here, and they can only go here. So this is my hope, that everyone will get in this lane, go straight, excuse me, and then where it's a 2-lane, they'll only stay in these 2 right lanes, at least until they get here, which I'll make it a, like, I'll do something to make them try to stay in this as long as possible if need be, but I just want to see if that does anything. Oh, we're a colossal city. Perfect. So we have the cargo hub and ocean thermal energy conversion plant and nuclear power plant and a floating cafe, which is really cool. Next is Metropolis. Something like that. Metropolis. There we go. Can't remember how to say that for some reason. I had to think of Superman, oddly enough, to be able to remember that. But there we go. So maybe that'll... Okay, so yeah, see, they're still just doing it up this way. Once they get off the bridge, it's like their minds are like, nah. Do I have... There's like a thing here. Let's see. Yeah. Very high accuracy, I'm sure. I'm sure they are. So yeah, they're not... Reckless driving, holy city, path of view, okay. Realistic speeds, disabled spawning, yeah. I mean, that would be good, I guess. Advanced vehicle AI, I mean, that seems more what we're looking for. Vehicles may enter block junctions, may do U-turns at junctions. Vehicles going straight may change lanes at junctions. I don't really know what that means exactly. Vehicles follow priority rules and junctions with timed. Okay. Ban private cars on bus lanes. Yep. Enable highway-specific lane merging splitting rules. That might be what I need. The enable highway-specific lane merging and splitting rules. We'll see if that works. Heavy vehicles prefer outer lanes on highways. That would also be good, I think. Just like real life. Evacuation buses, yeah, whatever. We don't have evacuations because we got it off right now. And then maintenance, yeah, that's all fine. Okay, let's see if that does anything. I don't know if that gives me any more options, but We'll see if that takes just a minute to kind of maybe sort itself out, but if that would work, it would really be good. But this is definitely a lot smoother here. It's just getting to this point where, you know, they're a little bit dumb. But it looks like they figured it out. I think maybe the advanced AI thing has come into play. I'm hoping this works itself out. I might need to do the same deal here. But I know it works, I think. So I'm hopeful that it will do well. So you can only go there. Yeah, let me just go ahead and do what I did in the other place, because I feel like that did pretty well, all in all. So, just slowly. Oh. Do that. Not really sure why it would be pod there. Let's see if they just auto do it. I think it looks like they will. Maybe the advanced AI is a little bit smarter now to kind of decide what they need to do. But that's more solved, I think. Like even here they seem to be a bit better. Again, I can turn it into a smaller one if need be. It's not a problem. Just do it from here to there. Which, yeah, they're having to do a little bit of a way, so, you know, I'll just do this. I can't really say if I'm making this better. Like, it could go very wrong at some point, but for now, it seems to be smoother. Oh, it's a moped. I thought that was a bicycle. I was like, are you crazy? But there we go. That seems to be better for now. And if I see any more jams, I'll just try to fix it the best I can like that. Whoa. Okay, some people are using it now. But I guess just, yeah, with it being a lot, it takes a little bit of time. Grids. That's the only negative part about them. Oh well. I mean, I don't mind traffic like that, because I would say that's fairly common in a city. At least it reminds me of being in Louisville, Kentucky, if you've ever been there. It's got kind of the same amount of little traffic bits. Alright. All of this seems pretty okay. I'm sure this is nice. Yeah, it's nice and busy. Oddly enough, the downtown bit, it's a lot more free-flowing than pretty much anything else. The hardest bit is just getting highways onto where they need to go and all that good stuff. But it's working, and that's the main thing for now. So that's good. And while we're here, we'll just do this, because there may be a feature that arises where it'll be handy. I'll do it a little bit farther back, actually. There we go. Just because it doesn't have to be so steep. It's still steep, but it's not like ungodly steep like some of them that I've done. But you know, we're looking kind of nice here. Like, things are looking up. We've got some relatively good sized buildings and some nice shops, it looks like, going in, and we've had some decent growth today. We should have 50,000 even in just a minute, which should be really good. Yeah, this bit's definitely busy, isn't it? Probably wouldn't be so bad if I just let them only go one way here. I don't know if they can actually go straight at this point. Not so sure. See, like here, they really should be able to go right at the same time, I think. But who knows? Maybe. Is there something I can fix? Again, this might be one of those things where I probably shouldn't mess with it. Oh boy, that's a lot of things. So, okay, so that's for pedestrians and stuff, which, yeah, I mean, pedestrians can cross farther up the road, right? That's fun. So what's this one? I don't know what that is. Is there like a round red one that I need to not have? I really don't know what those all are. I'd have to I have to look a bit more into those. These are the traffic lights and everything. So yeah, I think I'd rather them all have to go right for now. Because yeah, if they keep going straight, I think it's just going to become a problem. I really probably should learn these time traffic lights like in my own time. Just, you know, see if I'm able to do anything with them. I need to deselect that. Because, you know, it could end up being really good and be able to actually make things work a little bit better. I'll just make that one always green. Always green, the rest always red. That'll work. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I'll just remove it. I'll have to mess with that. Maybe I'll mess with that like off camera on another save just to see what I'm able to do with it. Because there might be something. Alright, so I can put that as just like a yield, I guess, which would be nice. Oh, I see. It just makes all that, like, do that. How about a four-way intersection? Will that work? With this having priority. Might just become like, yeah, exactly what I expected. That might work actually. So let's bring it back to, is there a way to make it just yield and the rest can be lots? Is that a thing I can do? No. As much as I may want it to do that. Alright. I mean, I could. In theory here, we could bring this on to here, but then this just won't be a lot, and they can only go
Good to have you back.
To
I've got an email
like
from
this
a listener
lane,
who asks you
and it has to be
music, play something new. Well,
and like this is always through, and this is just a yield.
We don't
maybe
play any music from antiquity. You're thinking of our rival.
Because then they never have to stop there. It's literally just a thing.
As for the classics,
it's there for no other reason.
All the music you hear is quite recent, from the last 400 years. Thanks
so that
for
may
listening.
work. Because that means that they can flow through the traffic barrier. They do get stuck here, but it's not the worst thing in the world. There we go. Seems better. Wow, there's a lot of people there. Oh, because the metro's there. That makes sense. Okay. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. This is running okay. This is probably needing the same treatment I've done on the other side. So I might as well. There we go. So it should sort that out a bit. And, okay. Everything else is good, I think. This is still, like, running. Because, I mean, there's been no real growth up here for it to need to really do much of anything else. I think next time we'll come in and... How long have we recorded? Wow, nearly an hour. Jesus. We'll come in and fix this up a bit. And hopefully make it look all nice and pretty and have a little cargo thing. We'll probably just leave the downtown for now. Because it's just kind of ticking over and it's doing well. Like we're over $1 million now. So I mean, we're kind of good. We'll just maybe keep building some offices here and there. But you know, while we're here, we can just barely gotta just pop a bunch of offices in. You know, we'll kind of just keep them like ticking over in a way. And then we'll just keep adding on a bit more at a time. We'll see if we can maybe make another way into the downtown, because I think it's going to be a necessity. Which, I mean, we got this, so I could even just, you know, start doing some branches off. But we need another way out as well. It'll just maybe tone down the traffic a bit more. People trying to get where they're going. And we'll do what we can to hopefully keep things cheap for Really? You struggling to get there, please? I will try to get things, not cheap, but get things a little more, I don't know, just better in general. I'm not really sure what I'm going for here. I'm just trying to make everything function. Keep, you know, gaining money as much as possible, so staying cheap is what I was getting at. And then eventually being able to build in new things very shortly. But this seems to be working okay for now. I'll probably end up having to fix even more traffic next time, which is just, you know, it's par for the course at this point. It's kind of just part of it, which I like. It's a good part, but it doesn't necessarily make for the most interesting of videos. But I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. I forgot about this completely. So yeah, the water doesn't even make it there, which is pretty hilarious. And I think it's probably too low there to even get in there, isn't it? I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, we just ticked over an hour. Oops. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode of Cities and Coffee, where we will be doing all what I said before, and hopefully more. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and goodbye.